Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to the new tutorial from the SketchUp Marcus Studio. Today we have some tutorial about the realistic rendering setting in the Enscape for SketchUp. So this is the artistic render from the simple gold statue, and we're gonna start our job with the visual setting. So I'm gonna click on the visual setting in here and click on the create view. So I'm gonna unlink my visual preset from any type of ready rendering settings. So I'm gonna click on the unlink. I'm gonna rename my job, my camera. I'm gonna convert it to the artistic render and add it to my favorite renders. Now time for the position of the camera. I'm gonna set my camera, but I'm gonna use save frame and click on the visual setting. I'm gonna change my resolution to the portrait resolution. So I'm going to type 9020 to 2400, and this is the FHD portrait resolution. Now I'm going to close this visual setting in here. I'm going to fix my camera position, so I'm going to orbit my camera a little bit. Now we have XYZ in here. I'm going to type 3.1, 0.78. The Y parameter is that your eye level and eye height is something about 78 centimeter, and the Z is about negative 2.96. The pitch is about 0 because I need some straight camera in here, and the Y is about 131. The sun position is really important. So I'm going to change the time of the daylight to some clock about near to the morning. So at the right side, at the bottom, you can see the time of the day, for example 6:45, and it's something like that. I'm gonna hold Ctrl and U and change my sun direction and position in the sky. I need some direct sunshine on my statues, so I'm gonna play with the sun position and direction. I can see some little shiny lines on my statue, but I'm gonna adjust my sun position a little bit. It takes a little bit time, and finally you will achieve to some fixed sun position for your rendering. We have azimuth and altitude. Azimuth is some number about 158, and altitude is about 15.1 degree. So I'm going to click on the create option in here, and when I click on the create option at the final, as you can see, the new view management called artistic render will be saved for us. So I'm going to click on it and click on the visual setting in here. I reset all of my settings, so I'm going to convert rendering quality to the high mode. As you can see, now we have better sunshine and light calculation in our environment. So I'm going to start my job with the field of view. So I'm going to decrease the field of view to zoom on my suspect and my target. Some number about 33 or 32 is really good. I'm going to move my camera a little bit to the left side, and the exposure is some number about 62%. I will go to the image bar, turn on the auto contrast, and if I want some warm render, I can decrease my color temperature. Some number about 4400 Kelvin is the best number for this shot. The motion blur is about 0 and lens flare or bloom. If I want to see more shiny places, I can increase the bloom option, very simple and easy. As you can see, when I increase it, I will have some artistic render in my rendering environment. So 42% is really good, and lens flare is about 66%. I can decrease the vignette for brighter and more exposure render in my shot. Chromatic abbreviation is about 36%, and saturation. When I increase the saturation, all colors will be exit from the realistic mode, and when I decrease it, I will have some black and white render, so I'm going to reset it. At the atmosphere, I'm going to start my job with the shadow sharpness. As you can see, when I increase the shadow sharpness, I have more hard and sharp shadows in my environment. But for the interior rendering, I need some soft shadows. So I'm gonna click on it and type 10%. It's the best number for this shot. And we have artificial light brightness. All lights like the sphere light, the spotlight includes artificial light brightness. So I want to increase it a little bit. I think some number about 156 can be really good. I can adjust it very simple and easy. 144% is not bad. Ambient brightness helps you to calculate inside light with the outside light. I think for the daylight, 72% is good. Night sky is not useful in here, and I want to decrease some brightness a little bit, some number about 74%. The source of my sky is the white ground, and at the output, everything is good. I'm gonna come back to the main bar. I'm gonna turn on the depth of field. Now I have two ways for focusing. First one, if I want to focus on the woman beside this statue, I must decrease the field of view or play with the field of view to reach to the best result that I want. I'm going to focus on the statue so I can move my focal point on my statue. As you can see, some number about 0.64 meter. It means that your distance in your camera and your target is the 64 centimeter or 0.64 meter. So now I can play with the depth of field. When I increase it, all environment will get blur and it's not realistic at all. It looks like your camera lens completely dusty or not focused. So I think I can reduce it to achieve to some better result. Some number about 9% is really good and my focal point is about 16 centimeter. I can adjust it 0.62 and convert my rendering quality to the ultra. So my perspective is the normal perspective, and in the image bar I can adjust bloom or lens flare a little bit. It depends on you. I want some sharp render, so when I decrease the bloom option you can see the result. All body of the statue will be get much shiny and metallic. So some parameter about, for example, 66% is high value for this target. 6% is good for the bloom and lens flare is about 70%. Atmosphere and main bar is okay. Now I'm going to convert my render to the white render. So I can press Shift and F11 on my keyboard, select my desktop and render my first image. As you can see, we took this type of artistic images very simple and easy with some simple techniques in the Enscape. For the second render, I'm going to use none mode and RGB color codes for my rendering. So I wait and the render is over right now. So I'm going to click on the visual setting again, none mode. I'm going to press F on my keyboard to reset my favorite sun direction. And I'm going to close it a little bit, move my camera a little bit. And I think now time for the rendering. I'm going to convert it to the 2-point perspective and press save. As you can see, it takes a little bit time in the none mode. It means that all normal and simple renders are much heavier than the white renders. So exporting image is about 50-70%, and I think now it's done for us. Alright guys, thanks for your watching. If you like this video, please subscribe our YouTube channel and comment your opinion about the Enscape rendering engine. Thanks for your watching and goodbye.